Are you a newly qualified nurse, or you just got employed into your new role, or something like that, okay? Or you are into your preceptorship program for now? I've got some few tips for you. Well, I am a nurse. I am a Nigerian nurse practicing in the UK for the past 2 years. Coming into the UK to practice as a nurse here, no one told me, no one sat me down to say, Jennifer, this is what you'll be expecting, or this is what is expected of you. No one sat me down to tell me that. Well, I am bringing my own experience, or based on the things I have experienced, and I would love to share with you. That might help. If that is something that you are interested in, stick around. If you're coming across my video for the first time, I am Jennifer and this is Unique Talks. In this channel, I talk about personal development, self-mastery, faith, nursing, just like this video. Please subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that each time I drop a video, you'll get notified. So let's dive into today's tips. For you to even be into nursing, I hope you are not forced to do that, because I am not trying to scare you. Nursing is demanding on its own. Nursing is a demanding vocation, because nursing is not just a job, it's not just a career, but it's something that, like, you need to be passionate. You need to be passionate about it for you to even be a nurse, or to be called a nurse, if that makes sense. Okay, that brings me to the number one tip. So my number one tip is take care of yourself. Build your physical strength. So by building your physical strength, you know that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot be so exhausted and say that you want to do nursing, not even talk alone. Being a UKRN, it is not an easy one. It is not an easy task. I'm not trying to scare you. People are doing it. I'm doing it. If I can do it, you can do it. That is it. So the thing is, take good care of yourself. Exercise, because exercise is to the body what reading is to the brain, and prayer is to the soul. So it keeps it together. It keeps it moving, if that makes sense. Okay, it keeps your body moving. So you need that physical strength to be a great nurse, to be, in fact, for everything. That is it. So you have to hydrate, eat healthy food, then exercise, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So that apart. So that brings me to yourself, being yourself. Do not lose yourself while trying to be a good nurse. Do not lose yourself, because what you've got inside of you is unique. Whatever you're seeing in the world is what people are practicing, but that is not who you are. So know yourself. Master yourself. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to communicate here. So know yourself very well, not to deviate from whom you are because you are trying to blend in. Another thing is, never you feel inadequate. Never you feel inadequate because you're just starting newly. People are already doing the things that you feel you can't do at the moment. Trust me, those experts, those people who have got those great skills started just like you. There was a time in their life that they were just like you. And with constant practice, repetition, asking the right questions, writing down things, being open to learning, they were able to gather these great skills that they are practicing with. So never you feel inadequate at all. Just be open to learning, and with time, you will pick up, and trust me, you'll be so happy that, oh my God, am I the one doing all of these things? I was once there. So never you compare yourself to those people that you think have got great skills. All right. You can admire them. So you ask them question. You stand from a place of learning and not a place of comparison, if that makes sense. So that brings me to the next tip. As you are starting, I know you are going to be under supernumeracy or preceptorship. So you are under either supernumeracy or preceptorship. Please take it serious. This period, take it serious. Be open to learning, just as I have mentioned earlier. Have a book or a kind of small book or jotter or diary that you write things down, because the faintest ink is sharper and better than the sharpest memory, because you can always make reference to what you have written down. Okay, so you don't need to question yourself again. Are you sure this is what they said that day? But if you have written it down, you'll be very, very sure, 100% sure this was what you wrote down. Okay, so be ready to learn. And those times, those your competencies, make sure you're signing them. Each time you have done something under supervision, take it to the person. I know it can be busy on the floor there, but make sure that try as much as possible to take your work to them to sign for you, that you have completed the task. And before you know it, you must have signed all the competencies up and complete your preceptorship program, and then you can you can now, because most of the times is 1 year, in my trust is 1 year preceptorship before like you are more like a kind of independent, and are going to award you a certificate to say yes, you've completed your preceptorship, and you can start taking care of other nurses underneath, yes, below you, which is a great thing, isn't it? Another tip is the workplace is not a playground. I am not trying to scare you, okay? I'm not scaring anyone, but have it at the back of your mind. If possible, have it at the front of your mind. The workplace is not a playground at all. You are working, make sure you are working, honestly. Well, no one is your friend, but none of them is your enemy. Your colleagues, your work colleagues, or the people around, none of them is your friend, and none of them is your enemy. So be nice to people, be open to learning. Another thing I will say is that if you don't want something to go viral, if you don't want anything to spread, especially your personal life to spread, do not mention it to anyone, because most of these people here, they don't have that in their call kind of secret or something that really is your business. Okay, they're happy to talk about it, and they may not even feel guilty about it. Okay, so if you don't want your personal life to be out there, do not say it to anyone. So that brings me to saying, always ask for help. You can never go wrong you asking for help. It is better you ask for help than you trying to do it all by yourself, and then you commit blunder or you do something that you are not supposed to do. Make sure you have been signed off. Make sure you're competent in something, a procedure you're about to carry out. And what I love about these people is that they are willing to teach you. They are willing to show you the ropes. So all you need to do is to be open-minded to learn and always ask for help. And learn also, this brings me to saying, learn to say no. If you cannot have a boundary, people are going to trample upon you and you're not going to like it. And they don't care because you cannot say no. You know for yourself, you're already exhausted. Somebody is asking you for something. If you cannot do that thing at that time, please politely say, I'm so sorry, I can't help you at the moment, or just give me some time. Know how to say no. One of the greatest qualities that you can possess as a newly qualified nurse, well, as a nurse in general, is to be compassionate. is to be nice to the patients, because trust me, most of them, they're not even happy that they are lying helplessly on that sick bed. So what you have to do for them is to be nice, wear a smile. Most times wear a smile. We know it's not easy. That is why I started with taking good care of yourself. If you've taken good care of yourself, if you've got what it takes, you'll be able to even convince people, you'll be able to reassure them, you'll be able to take care of them holistically, to your best, to the best of your ability, right, to the best of your knowledge. So which is a great thing. So be a compassionate nurse, because that might be your loved one, that might be you tomorrow, that might be your loved one, and all of it. So be compassionate. Be a compassionate nurse at all time, and it pays. Don't think it does not pay. It pays. The universe has a way of visiting you when you least expected it. I am a living witness of something like that. So please be compassionate at all times. So in all of these tips, this is not an exhaustible list. Like I mentioned, it is not exhaustible tips, but I believe that these tips will really go a long way in helping you to settle and learn the rope of becoming a nurse, or generally becoming a nurse and working in a new place, okay, as a newly qualified nurse. So it is not exhaustible. Well, if you are a seasoned nurse with so much experience, feel free to drop your own tips in the comment section. People will be reading it. You don't know whom your tips might help tomorrow. So feel free to drop your tips and tell me if any of these tips helps. Okay, I will be reading and replying comments. All right. And in all of these tips, as a Christian, well, you might be, in terms of religion, you might believe in other things, okay? So, but for me, I'm a Christian, so I'm going to be advising that you hold your God tightly, hold God so well, put him first place, because in all of these things, they are just tips, but things happen, situations happen, and it's most of the times it is beyond our control. So you need a higher power that will be looking out for you, that will be guiding you, guiding your thoughts, guiding your steps, guiding everything that you do. So that is why I'm saying hold God first place, and you can never go wrong. Okay, so in whatever you believe in, hold that thing first place, and you're going to be a happy person, isn't it? So bye bye for now, and make sure you always stop by.